Get cocktail conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
CardFlick lets you create and share digital business cards. We have the best looking cards in the business. They're super easy to share. You literally just flick your card. And one of the best things is that you can email your card to anyone, even if they don't have the app. So it's much easier to get new users because the other person doesn't have to have the app. I think it's actually customer feedback. Like when you hear people saying, you know, I love your product, or I wish you guys could do this, and people who have no relation to you are caring about what you do, that keeps you fed. We used to have a design agency, and for a long time we did a lot of print work. And we've done apps for like Yammer and Adobe, Microsoft and Twitter. And so we had a lot of experience in the interactive form, and I love print cards, but I felt like nothing digitally was capturing the same level of quality. So we wanted to make something that made it a dead simple, beautiful card that you could share really easily. And I think print does have a lot of benefits, but obviously everything's moving digital. I think the biggest thing is people think that it's an either or, right? You're either digital or you're paper. You can be both. You don't lose anything by adding CardFlick to your tools of networking. I think in the way social media works these days, that privacy is obviously a huge issue. We see a lot of apps running into issues. And when we launched, we weren't as careful of privacy as we are now. And our users gave that feedback, and we completely revamped our privacy. It's much more flexible now, and it's much more responsive. You know, my dad started a nose company when I was little. My mom had her own company, you know. So I think it's like something you learn innate. You always want to achieve more. And I think when you run your own business, you really get a sense of pride that you can't get anywhere else. Like, I've worked at other companies before, and I've been happy to work there. But seeing something that you built yourself from the ground grow is just a phenomenal experience. It's not, people say it's like having a startup is like having a child, you know, and it's a very cranky, expensive one. The growth part is great, but we honestly, at CardFlick, we have a big feature that we call about give users joy, right? If people aren't immediately happy when they use your product or interact with your product, you're failing. Right? There has to be that aha magic moment. So when people flick a card and they see it go from one device to the other, there's this smile that comes about that literally I still get chills about. I love that. And I think providing people with happiness in terms of user experience is something like, you know, Apple does really well. A lot of other companies are recognizing how important that is. Don't read TechCrunch. And the reason I say that is it's really easy with the way news works to think that everyone's got a hit, right? And the thing is, when you have a startup, you're dog in, dog out, every day working hard. And when you see these articles like, an idea, I get it all the time, that's a stupid idea. How do they get 10 million? And you can't waste your time on that. You have to build your product. And as long as your customers are saying you're doing the right thing, then you're doing the right thing. But really, it's too easy to get caught up in that startup bubble of like, oh, this company got funded and this company got funded. And if you're not on TechCrunch, you're nobody. That's not what's important. TechCrunch is a great resource for what's going on. But TechCrunch doesn't help you build your company. You have to build your company still. And don't waste your time on that. Focus on making a better product.